Wine dear, you stay here with your mother. I will talk some sense into my son. He needs to remind how to talk with a lady and being a gentleman, not a arrogant. Mrs. Kim patted her back with a fake smile and then followed behind her son to give him a good lecture about this stunt he pulled. Minjin smiled awkwardly and followed her mother, leaving the mother-daughter duo alone. Mrs. Min sat down on the couch and dragged her down, who was looking at her with accusation in her eyes. You wanted me to marry him. I can marry Jimin with all his annoyingness, but not Taeyong, never him. Min Wayan, shut your mouth and listen to me. Wayan quickly looked at her mother like a deer catch in headlights and sealed her lip. Better now, and don't roll your eyes at me, young lady. Listen, Wayan, it's the truth. We told Taeyong to marry you because you need a better man to protect you, but that's not the whole truth. One fawned but didn't open her mouth because she knew her mother is super nice, but she can do serious damage when required. I told him that I wanted to marry you too. It's my last wish. Mom, don't say that. Mrs. Min hugged her baby girl, her only family, in her arms as she clad Poyen close to her heart. Even when I don't want to leave you, Wayan, but it's the universal truth. I have to leave one day either because of these alliances or of old age. You are not going anywhere. I hope so, baby, but I wanted to secure your future and your life. Will I say to him when I meet him again that I didn't do my best to protect his baby girl and choose the best for her life? But why him? Because he is your father's choice, Wayan. Your dad loved him like his own son. The day he was attacked, he wanted to say so much more on this deathbed, but his last words are to meet Taeyong and give your responsibility to him. He said, take care of my baby. I know Taeyong did a pretty job and he was not here, but that didn't mean he didn't fulfill his promise. Wai knew what her mother was saying, and even when her heart didn't want to agree, she did. He hired the best soldier and fighter to protect you and me. He was not here, but he always keep eyes on us, either via his best man or Jimin. He had always cared for you, baby, since when you are a baby. The day you were born, he was the first one to hold you. He was excited to watch you grow and he did everything to protect you. He was just like your father in personality, and I want him to take care of you if anything happened to me. Those words melt any doubt and question in Wayan's heart, but she still had hesitation. I know that look. Even when it's hurt and pain, Wayan is not in his life anymore. He will move on, and you too. You both will. Just don't give up before trying, Wayan. This is my last wish. I wanted to see you both happy in life and living it, not just counting days. But Mom, we didn't love each other. She kissed her daughter's palm as she looked at the broken doll who was so strong but yet broken. You will, baby. With time, you both will love and support. You will have up and down, but you will find peace in those moments too. Love is not everything every time, baby. Trust, faith, support, hope, and care matter too. Love will happen when the time is right. First, give your trust and faith to this relationship. Take a leap of faith, baby. He's just did all this because I asked him for this as my last wish. He accepted it without any question. He had his own demons to fight, but he did it. He take the leap of faith. I didn't expect you to accept this. Take your time and decide what you want. Wine kept thinking about her mother's words. Her eyes closed when she saw her father beaming proud smile at the moment she opened up and looked at Mrs. Main, who was smiling at her. The word leaving her mouth, brightening up her mother's eyes, and she hugged her daughter, kissed her forehead. I will marry him. I will take the leap of faith of you. And Dad, I miss him. I miss them. I am so happy, baby. You made me so happy. Thank you. I know you will not regret this. He will be the perfect one for you, and I miss them too, baby, but they are with us in our heart. Everything will be okay now. I hope so. The word just came out as a whisper as she hugged her mother, but her mind a cross of caution and possibility of disaster. Only time will tell what will happen. Will love to be found or death surrounded them before love will bloom? Author POV. The whole month passed quickly, and as he promised her, they are to marry tonight in the presence of their family and friends in simple wedding ceremony. But Taehyung hosted a large banquet for his people because he wanted them to know that he was back, and now he again had a queen of rule beside him. Today they will accept each other in front of their Lord and their loved ones for a lifetime, or that what they think. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning end, and it's true for him. He stood in front of the mirror as he looked at himself. He was again going to accept another human in his life today to protect, cherish, support and love till his last breath, but he doubted he will be able to love again. The ruthless mafia man who didn't think before pulling the trigger and ending leave was scared and nervous. He took shaky breath as he looked at himself in the mirror, but all he saw looking back at him was a broken man. The day he came back to his family and his town, he felt suffocated with all the memories and guilt, but he took it all because he worked to protect her, and for her he suffered everything. He didn't sleep peacefully in the past 2 years, but the last 1.5 months was hell for him. He had nightmares and always woke up with the last memory of his dead wife pleading with him to save her. He was scared because if history repeats itself and anything happened to Wine, he will die. He won't be able to bear her loss. He closed his eyes as he thought about the past month and Wine avoiding him. She was acting civil and keeping her attitude at bay, but her silence is another level of torture. He looked at the photo frame placed near his side table. It is the picture of Wine with her father, Mr. Main. One stuff is sifted into his room this morning, and he didn't mind it, but the mere thought of failure was terrifying. He looked at his room that was decorated with candles and flowers for his new start, but he still felt the pain. He clumped his motion as he looked at the picture and remembered why he was doing this. He respected the Min couple like his parents, and when Mrs. Min asked him to marry her daughter as her last wish, Mr. Min promised to protect his daughter, and the last almost successful attack on her, he lost it, and finally agreed even when he keeps saying to himself that he was doing this to protect Wyan and just to respect Mr. Min. But his heart knew the response he will never accept. One had always been special for him, and today he was going to accept her as his wife and make her the only woman in his life. He had always protected her, and when he took the position of Kim family leader, he started keeping his distance from Wyan because it will be make her an open target to his enemy if they know about her importance in his life. Then he got married to Hari and he completely shut her off and sent her away even when he was broken inside. He turned to Mr. Min and Wyan picture with a sad look as he looked at his mentor and friend. I know you are always watching, Mr. Min uncle, but please guide me today. I know I am doing right, but I need every ounce of courage. I promise to protect and support your baby girl. I wish you are here with me. He was going all mushy, he knew, but he was just nervous, even when he was getting married for the second time. He was going to open his mouth when the door of his room barged open, but he just rolled his eyes, already knowing who came. There he is. I told you, Hun. He will be in his room hiding like a newly wedded bride. He's just shying, even when it's his second wedding. Shut up, trapped Jimin. Oh, always the loving Taehyung. Hung chuckled there, pre-making as he moved toward his friend and brother-in-law with a proud smile. You are looking dapper, brother. Sister-in-law will be blushing mess tonight. Sister-in-law? He raised his eyebrows at him for the sudden change in the title, but his questions were answered by one and only Jimin. Dude, your wife is our sister-in-law. I mean, I was not going to call her that. Wine is just fine, but she was so irritated and it's just so assuming. It's just clicked, right? He rolled his eyes at his stupid friend and looked at the mirror and brushes his hair. So you will call her dad just to spite her? If I know her right, she will have your head on a spike by the end of your sentence, Jimin. Don't poke the loins. Oh, already getting possessive and jealous. That earned him a bit on his head as Jimin glared at the smirking Taehyung and chuckling Hon. It's not getting possessive or jealous, idiot. I know her. If she is the least of the lions she show herself to be, you will be dead. Jimin glummed for a moment as he knew that Taehyung was right. One had the capacity and ability to wrap the mafia leader around her little finger. She will definitely kill Jimin, but he thrives on the adventure, so he masked his fear and gave a cocky smirk to his friend who see through him. Well, I am not afraid of her. She can try. Oh, she will. First she was just fine, now she is Mrs. Kim. If anything, you should be scared, buddy. Jimin hit him as he knew his friend was right, but ignored him. They didn't look like the most intimidating and fearful men on the earth, but they look like a normal humans enjoying peace for some time. Did you guys get any information? His friend signed in the defense as they shook their head. Taehyung closed his eyes. They are trying their best to track the stalker down, but still no luck. It's frustrating everyone, but today's not the day to burn on worries. They are getting happiness or a reason to smile after a year, and they will live to fulfill. We will, brother. Don't worry. The house is protected. Security is on alert. She had eyes on her. Nothing will happen. It's your big day, and we will make sure to be the best for you both. Now stop this worry and enjoy the happiness. Hoon patted his arm as Jimin nodded his head, making their boss and best friend smile at them with a relief. Now let's go before Kim Auntie came to get you. She was already running around like a headless chicken, and I already get my scolding session. They chuckled as Jimin looked horrified for a moment, like he was remembering the scene or something. Yeah, they are scary when they wanted to be. Minjin just threw me out of the room because I didn't get so ready. But what can I do when he didn't leave his angel for a moment? Yeah, that boy was whipped too. I am telling you. You have a tough competition with your own nephew to get your new wife attention. Taehyung fawned at his ward because that's true. Unfortunately, Shru got the same chains from favorite as his uncle, as he was always around Wayan.